Hey amigos, buenos dias. Today I am at the Botanical Gardens in southwest London. This is called Kew Gardens. It's actually the meditation pagoda behind me. And this used to be the stomping ground for the king and queen in the royal family. I came here with my wife to visit her family for a few days, and I thought it would be a very appropriate place to share a message with you that I've been thinking about lately, because we live in a world where everything moves so quickly and everyone is so busy, running around from one place to the next, looking for something, looking for more money, more recognition, more dopamine. So being able to find inner peace is the biggest luxury. I was just coming out of a yoga class at one of my favorite studios. It's called Yoga Haven in Richmond. Check it out. It was a great class. I was feeling so chilled, so grounded. You know that feeling after a good workout or after you pray or you meditate and you feel like everything is aligned. And so I had this aha moment, because that feeling of inner peace and calm, it truly is the biggest luxury. Being able to slow down and appreciate the moment without rushing to the next. It's priceless, and it's almost like a forgotten skill, because you can learn how to make more money and how to get the car and the house and all those things. But if you don't have inner peace, are you truly wealthy? And I want to say this especially to my friends from the UK, because every time I travel here or when I meet colleagues or friends from the UK, they love complaining. Brits love complaining about the weather and the taxes and politics. And I was in Mykonos, Greece the other weekend at a company event, and most of my colleagues there were from the UK, and it's just funny to see how much they complain about the UK. And so many of them want to move to a different place. They want to go to Dubai or Portugal or Colombia. They want to escape the cold, rainy weather from England. And the thing is, of course, your environment has a big effect on your mood, and you got to find a place that works for you. And we're all different. However, you're never going to find that inner peace and that joy if you keep looking for it on the outside. And I can speak from my experience, because I've gone through moments where I've been kind of disconnected from my meditation practice, and it takes a toll on my energy. And again, I know so many friends and colleagues, especially in the high ticket space, who have already moved to different places. They've already gone and set up their businesses and saved taxes, and they have everything they want on the outside, but they're missing that inner spark, that enthusiasm. And then they reach out to me, and I get them in my DM saying, "Hey Daniel, I'm miserable. Help me be more calm and grounded." And it's a big problem, because you can achieve amazing things, but if you do it from a place of anxiety and scarcity, you're gonna get more of that. And it's something my meditation teachers, the Buddhist monks, they used to tell me. They said, "Daniel, there's a difference between peaceful money and anxious money. If you're working super hard all the time to get more money and get all these external things, but you feel anxious inside, you're gonna feel more anxious even when you get the money. Versus finding your Zen, finding that calm energy first within you. And you can bring that into your work, and you will create peaceful money. Because as cheesy as it may sound, happiness is an inside job. You can spend your whole life looking for it in different countries, in different offers, in different people, but you will never find it until you look within. It's like that story of the beggar. The monks told me this story of a beggar who was sitting on the streets of a big city, and he was always begging, always waiting for something or someone to give him the fortune that he wanted. And he traveled to different places and different cities begging, but he never found the fortune until a wise old man told him he had been looking in the wrong places. And it turned out the beggar had always been sitting on a wooden bench, and inside that bench there was a small chest, but he had never seen it because he had never paid attention. So he looked inside, he opened the chest, and he discovered an incredible fortune that he had been looking for his entire life, and it was right under his nose. And of course, I'm not saying anything new. It's the same message across most religions and spiritual traditions. The kingdom of heaven is within you, but we have forgotten about it because we're so distracted, looking in the wrong places, distracted by social media, comparing yourself to other people online, that we have forgotten the treasure is within. So the beggar is you and me. Whenever we forget that everything we're looking for, peace, that joy, that freedom, they're already within. And I was reading a wonderful book. It's called Prosperity by Richard Rudd. He's the creator of the Gene Keys, which is a system for human psychology. So you can learn how to understand yourself and create more harmony. And he says there's a difference between external wealth and internal prosperity, because you can accumulate many things externally, but when you look at nature, you look at the trees, they don't accumulate resources, they don't hoard. They just use what they need, and when they're ready, they give the resources away freely in the form of fruit. So prosperity is that state of being of generosity and natural flow. And so many entrepreneurs and closers, they worry about external wealth, but they don't have that inner prosperity. And so the mistake they make is they keep looking for it in the wrong place. If I make more money, if I get the car, if I get the watch, if I move to a sunnier place, then I'll be happy. And I've seen them, I've met them in Dubai, in Portugal, but when you sit down with them over a coffee or dinner, you see it in their eyes. They've lost that inner spark, because you can change your physical location, but you gotta change yourself first. And one of the most simple and powerful things you can do, and I help my one-on-one clients with this, is to learn how to reset your nervous system and your energy. Getting into the habit of slowing down and doing an energy reset at least 3 times a day, taking 3 deep breaths. And you might think, come on, Daniel, 3 deep breaths, that's too simple. And yes, it is simple, because the truth is simple, but our ego complicates everything. So practice. In the middle of your workday, in between calls, in between meetings, just stop, reset your energy, take 3 conscious breaths, reconnect with the feeling of what you truly want. So you stop living in autopilot and you start living with internal power and presence. Instead of being lost in the drama, the news, the complaints, you come back to yourself and you stay anchored inside. And this is how you build inner peace. Not by changing the weather outside, but by changing your internal emotional weather. And it's one of the things that I enjoy about traveling to Europe and also the UK, because the UK has so much history. And when I look around, the trees, the buildings, they are centuries old. And by the way, this is where my wife and I got married, near Richmond. So I always feel grateful coming here. And maybe it's because I was born in a completely different place in Colombia. I'm able to appreciate and see things differently, because let's be real, if you were born in a first world country and English is your native language, you already have an insane advantage compared to most people in the world. Even me, even though I wasn't born in a first world country, even though English is not my first language, I am still so lucky because I grew up in a middle class family in Colombia, and that already puts me ahead of so many people who never had those opportunities. So perspective and gratitude change everything. And walking in nature, being here at the botanical garden, appreciating the architecture, these are things that I can't find in Doha or Dubai, even though I love those places as well. They're still very new. They don't have this culture and this charm and this history. So every place has its pros and cons. You gotta find what works for you. But remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So wherever you are right now, whether it's raining or cold, or you feel stuck, if you want to escape to a different country, remember, you can find better weather on the outside, but if you don't work on your internal weather, mastering your energy, your emotions, you'll always be gloomy. The biggest luxury isn't a location, it's not a passport, it's not a car, it's inner peace. It's having a calm nervous system and a grateful heart, having enthusiasm. Even a few months ago, I was at a family office in Abu Dhabi, a conference, and some of the wealthiest people in the region. And I was just having a normal conversation with one of them, asking them about their kids, their family, their values. And at one point, this guy, he said, Daniel, you have a very calm energy, and I have many things externally. I can buy pretty much anything I want, but I wish I had that calm energy. So again, those are things that you can't buy. It comes from inner work, meditation, conscious breathing, learning to forgive yourself. And that is the gold everyone is looking for. So wherever you are today, practice 3 times a day. Take those conscious breaths and ask yourself, are you focusing on the external or are you focusing on your internal state? And if this resonates with you and you want to learn how to be more calm and grounded, I have a free community. It's called High Energy Habits. We do weekly meditations and masterclasses, and I share the tools that have helped me and some of my one-on-one clients create more success from the inside up. Check it out. It's free, it's fun, and yeah, have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon.